Oh yeah, this what you doing, Tony? Bah! Punched the shit out of his ass. He was like, bro, what the fuck? Hey YouTube! Welcome back, my precious peeps. How you doing? How you been? Where you going? What you did? Alright, your girl is back with another story time tonight. And let me tell y'all, look. Your girl took notes, okay? Because this one right here, I really had to sit down and try to remember some things because it was so long ago. Now, I don't be knowing exact correct timeline, so y'all don't kill me, you know, because I can't say like December 4th, 2004 at 8:52. Yeah, you know, I'm not that detailed with it. Got me a little drink today because it's gonna be, it might end up being kind of long. So anyways, today I'm gonna try my best to just keep it on point. I know I be super long-winded, but I do first want to ask if I do have any dudes that watch this channel, which I see a few of y'all be in the comments. Why y'all be feeling like it's all right to just hit somebody up after, you know, however long, and y'all think y'all could just, hey, what's up, baby? Let me come through. Let me do this. Let me do that. No, it don't work like that. Let us try to do y'all like that. Y'all be so butthurt, it don't be no coming back. But us, y'all feel like y'all can just hit us up at any given time. It don't work like that. So I had an ex hit me up a few weeks back, and he talking about, can he get me some for Christmas? Can he do this and can he do that? And I'm like, y'all, all this stuff this man put me through, and he just called me okay, he used to call me a couple times a year. Now it has gotten down to maybe once a year. It has even been maybe a whole year that I have gone without hearing from him. But usually he try at least once a year. And I always be talking about I was supposed to be his wife. I was supposed to this, and that. Help me understand the logic. Anyways, y'all will see what I'm talking about, because it made me say, let me give him a story time about this fool. So we gonna call him Tony, because when I first met him, that's what he told me his name was. Now, I don't want to be too specific because people be knowing who they are and people be watching this. So I'm gonna leave certain details out, but I will say, I gotta give y'all a little backstory. And I met him, I know this man forever. I met him when I was like a teenager, and he tried to talk to me. I think I looked older than what I was, but I never really like lied about my age. So, you know, when he tried to get my number and stuff, I was like, boy, I'm so-and-so. And he was like, oh, damn. Oh, he's like, yeah, you jailbird. I ain't messing around with you. So he used to just walk me home from school and stuff if he see me. It ain't like he'll be waiting around on me or whatever to get out of school or anything. But that ain't last too long, because I think he was in and out of jail too. So I don't know. And again, I was young, so I wasn't really looking for him. I wasn't really trying to like be with nobody. I was like young. I don't even think I was old enough to have a boyfriend. My mama wasn't about to let me have no boyfriend, especially no older boyfriend, because he was older. So it just never worked out, and the timing just never really seemed to link up for us or work out for us. Timing was always off. He always had somebody. I always had somebody. I was in love with my daughter's father. Ooh, honey, he couldn't do no wrong. So, yeah. But I always loved this man. I had like the biggest crush on him, for real. So one day, I'm older. I had my daughter, let me see, maybe, I don't know, maybe she was like 5 or 6. So one day, I'm driving, me and my homegirl in the car. We ride to the corner store. Bust down this street. It was like a brick road, so you know, I hate brick roads. I started driving real slow. We passed this house, and all the dudes started yelling, hey, ski. Oh, I'm probably telling y'all how old I am. But yeah, all the dudes yelling at us or whatever. So I kept it moving. My homegirl though, she was like, oh girl, turn around. She was like, you seen the one in the red shirt? He was killing you. Girl, turn around. I was like, girl, we is not finna turn around. They probably holler at everything that ride down that street. No, we's not turning around. So we go to the store, get what we need. At this particular corner store, they always be messing with you. So we end up shooting the shit with the cashier. Come outside, I ain't even gonna lie, forget that I ain't wanna ride back down this street because I knew she was gonna ask me to stop. But I was thinking that first when we was on the way to the store. I don't forgot all about that. So we get in the car, we go back the exact same way we came, riding back to her house because she literally stayed like 3-4 minutes from the store. So we get in the car, we ride back, same thing. Hey. But see, this time we had to stop at the stop sign. When I turned off the street, you know, we was coming off a one-way. This time we had to stop at the one-way to go back across. She was like, man, back up, man, back up. I think I know. She was like, I think I know one of them. I was like, you lying, but if I back up, you better get out and you better talk to one of them because I don't want nobody coming up to my car. So I back up. We was not far from the house. Like literally, it was like 3 houses down from the stop sign. So I just back up. I back up. She get out. And she go right up to one of the dudes and she started talking to him. Now me, I'm sitting in the car like an old rich white woman that ain't never been in the hood. I'm like, letting the windows up, and I ain't trying to act like I'm too good, and I ain't trying to act like I ain't never been in the hood, but I didn't want no drug dealer boyfriend. I didn't want nothing from over there in that era, in that vicinity. I don't need nobody that's standing outside no crack house, no buddy house, trying to make a living, especially not back then. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get my shit together. My baby daddy had dibbled and dabbled in some stuff. I was not trying to go back down that road, and clearly that's what they doing. They just on the corner. And I had a child. I'm a mother. Like, I don't want that. And not to mention, you know, I had kind of just left my baby daddy. This was when I finally thought I was over him and everything, you know. So I wasn't trying to be out there talking to nobody. So anyway, I'm down on my phone. I'm sitting in the car. I'm looking down on my phone, playing do. I'm probably playing spades or something. And of course, one of them, Bo, persistent ass, came and tapped on my window. So ignore. When I say I didn't look up, y'all, the ninja tap again. So now I shake my head like, you know, I'm still ignoring him, but I'm trying to let him know I got the attitude at the same time. I'm looking down on my phone, I was like, I never looked up. This man tapped on my front windshield and leaned, like, you know, leaned on the front of my car like, bitch, look up, is what he was saying, basically. So I look up. At the same time, I'm reaching for my, you know. What's that? My window. I'm reaching for the window control because I was finna let his ass have it. Look up, and it's Tony, right? I jump out the car. Yeah, I was telling y'all, my whole attitude changed. When I jumped out this car, I jumped in this man's arms. Oh, it was like a movie. I'm in his arms and he's swinging me around in a circle. He went around like 2-3 times. And y'all, oh, he was so fine. I'm talking about fun. I'm talking about fun time. As he put me down, y'all, he like kissed me, but it was like on the corner, like up my mouth and my cheek. Ooh, child. I almost fell to the floor, y'all. I was like, oh, somebody help me. But I had to play it off now, you know what I'm saying? Because I thought I was a G back then, you know. I was a thug. I was like, can't let her see that. So we out there chatting. I'm leaning on my car now. We talking like we is out here for a minute. Like it was sun up when we went to the corner store. It was sundown now, and my homegirl in the car falling asleep. She know not to say none because you the reason we stopped. So, but first she halfway asleep. So, We still talking, and I asked her though. I asked her like, "You want me to take you home?" She's like, "Girl, you good? Talk to your friend." Like I'm like, "Girl, thank you, girl. I haven't seen him in years. I haven't seen this man in forever." So he had told me he was fresh out, and I was just like, And normally for me, I'm telling y'all, that was a red flag. I didn't want no drug dealer. I don't want that in and out of jail stuff, in and out my life stuff, in and out my baby life. So, but this was Tony. This was Tony though, so it was okay. So then after we had switched numbers or whatever, and we had said we was gonna just talk later. Kept on talking. So finally, he was like, "Why don't you just take your homegirl home and come back and get me?" And so damn, and my mom, I'm like, "Damn, you ain't got no car either." But this was him. So I was like, I come back and get you. And stupid in love and shit. Right out the gate, first night. I was like, finally. So he was like, "Yeah, you say your homegirl just live like 3-4 minutes away, right?" I was like, "Yeah." So he was like, "Yeah, just go and take her and come back." So I get in the car. I hit my homegirl. Let's get homegirl a name. We're going to call her Ryder. Because she was ride or die. Usually it was for the wrong shit. Yeah, she was riding. She was riding back then. And she going to probably be in a few stories too, so we're going to have to name her. So get in the car. I hear Ryder on the leg like, "Bitch, wake up." Like, "Oh, finally, girl, finally, this is a dream come true, girl. I'm so in love, girl. Look at my eyes and stars and hearts and shit, girl. Oh, I know you see it." And she just was like, "Girl, the other one, he was fine." So we talking about double dating, and you know how we is. We planning lives and double weddings and naming kids and all of that. So anyways, I get to her house and I go to drop her off. But I'm trying not to be too quick with it. So, I go in and use the bathroom. By the way, I'm always using the bathroom. I am that friend that always got to use the bathroom. So I go to her house to use the bathroom, and they're shooting the shit with her. Just trying to let some of the time go by because I didn't want to come off as desperate and clingy. And I ain't trying to look all anxious like I ain't had nothing better to do. So I'm sitting there conversing with her, and I kid you not, after like 10-12 minutes, this man called my phone and was like, "Hey, where you at? I thought you say she only lived like 5 minutes away. You need to be on your way back." I was like, "Ooh." And it was like, "Get your ass over here." I was like, "Oh, we just talking or whatever." He was like, "Man, you got all day to talk to her any other day." He basically was like, "Hurry up and get back over here. I miss you. I want to see you. I want to talk to you. Get your ass on over here now, pronto." I was like, "Oh, yes, Daddy." Y'all don't even talk like that. Needless to say, I read up out of there so fast. Oh my goodness. He called me Sonic for the next few days, okay? And I know y'all probably like, "Oh, what happened to you? Ain't want to be desperate and clingy and anxious." Child, who? I no longer knew the definition of the words. What you say, bitch? My man called. I'm on out the way. And yes, he was in my mind. He was already mine. My man, my everything. So I'm like, he is me. I am him. We is we. This is finna be, okay? So I run up out of there. I get over there to him. And y'all, he had a car. Yes, he had a car. Because listen, I lived about 35 minutes from where I saw him at, right? I don't come down there often. So like, I was like, damn, if I want to see him, I'm going to be happy to go get him all the time and take him back. And I don't want to do that. So, well, I didn't want to do that, but I would have did it. I was willing. But he had a car. So when I got there, we talked for like 5 minutes, and he was like, "Well, we just gonna go to my house. You can follow me and whatever, clever, da 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 da." So get in the car, follow him. We get to what I believe was his house. Remember that, because that should come up later on in this story time. If not, it's gonna definitely be in the next one. So we get to his house, what I believe is his house, and we go in a room. I spent the night. And we was in there just talking all night until we fell asleep, believe it or not. And even though he was so fine, and I had on knew him forever because at this time I probably was like 25. But yeah, we just talked all night. We didn't hunt, we didn't kiss, we barely even, I don't even think we cuddled because we was talking. So, you know, we just fell asleep how we was. And when I woke up, his ass was not there next to me anymore. He was like in the living room talking to somebody, right? Somebody was there. He wasn't on the phone because you could hear two voices, but it was a dude. So I'm just laying in the bed. He talking really low, but I was catching some of the words. And he said something along the lines of Casey, somebody named Casey came and took the car last night while he was asleep. Casey must have took it last night. Like that. Something like that. Now I'm telling y'all, I'm not hearing everything. But I ain't no fool. I know what I heard. So, okay, I just kept that in the back of my mind. Now I'm really trying to listen. I damn near wanted to get up and go to the door. But, you know, I wasn't trying to be on that. And also, I don't hold nothing in. I don't know how to. I can't hold water. So, I was the type, he come in the room. I'm like, so who is Casey? You know? But, I tell y'all how fine he was. So, I was just like, I ain't going to say nothing. I've been wanting this forever. I'm going to wait. Because I don't know who the fuck Casey is. He had a sister named Stacy. So I was like, who the fuck is Casey? So he come back in the room. I'm in there acting like I'm just literally getting up. Cause so he had no been out the room for like a good 10 minutes. So I was laying in the bed listening. I tried to be like, So he don't really know that I heard him or whatever talking to somebody. So when he come in though, he kissed me on the forehead and he's acting mad as hell. So I was like, what's wrong? I was like, somebody here? He was like, oh yeah, that's my dog. He was like, that's my cousin, but that's my dog. He was like, we be chilling. He live here too. I said, you didn't tell me you had a roommate. We up talking all night to the early morning. You didn't tell me you had a roommate. Good thing I wasn't in here giving you a little piece of nothing. He was like, stop tripping. I told you I'm fresh out. I was like, true. True that, you know? So he say, I say, so what you doing today? What you gonna be doing today? He was like, oh, I'm gonna just go to the block, be trying to chill, trying to get this money. He was like, but first, I gotta go get my car. Well, y'all, if that wasn't a goddamn sign, that was my opening right there. I was like, well, where's your car? We parked it. Am I tripping? Or are you tripping? Because we parked it last night. Remember, I followed you here. Oh, yeah, nah, man, last night. So, you know, I told you I'm fresh out, and my car is in my sister's name. And you know what I'm saying? She be getting mad or whatever. If I don't check in with her or whatever, cause she like if I get pulled over or if something happen, it's gonna come back on her. So you know she be feeling like she could just come and take my car anytime she want to. It probably was a little more detailed than that, you know. But I was sitting there like, okay, that didn't sound right. You a grown ass man. Like how she could just come take your car when she want to. I was like, but all right, I'm gonna let you have that because, like, I'm not saying this to him, but this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let you have that because I do know you got a sister named Stacy, and that just, I'm telling y'all, it just Stacy Casey. I'm like, maybe I heard wrong, right? Get this man the benefit of the doubt. I love him. I'm like, baby, I'm just tripping, girl. You is tripping. Why you tripping? You trying to ruin a good thing. So I let it go. But I ain't never forget that name. That's one thing. I don't forget a face either, you know, and I'm good with numbers. Like if I see a number in your phone or something, I don't go through phones. But if I see a number, I be knowing. I be like, damn, that's that same number. That called the other day. Now, how I told y'all at the beginning of the video, I can't be precise and tell y'all it was December 8th, 1999 at 2:30 p.m. Oh, I could be specific with that number. That's that same goddamn number that called him on February 8th at 3:24 in the morning. That's that same number. Ain't it funny how we can be what we need to be when we need to be? So yeah, I was just like, don't be tripping. He really was talking so low, y'all, that I just really was like, okay, I could have just heard wrong. And I'm like, you know, this everybody ain't your baby daddy, everybody ain't lying, and but boy, women intuition, you better always listen to it, okay? So I leave there and I go home, shower, get dressed for the day. I told y'all I live like 35 minutes away, and I probably wasn't home for a good hour, 2 hours before he called me, and then we was on the phone talking, and then somehow I was on my way back to go see him, and guess what he was at, y'all? He was at that goddamn house that they was, hey, ski, outside the front of. And that is not my type of scene, okay? I don't want nobody standing outside of there, and I definitely ain't trying to be one scene outside of there. But when I tell y'all, it's just like it didn't matter. And why do we get like that when we be, why we be so dumb when we be young? And they say that females mature faster than dudes. Oh my God, we be letting them just manipulate us. Cause this man had me over there sitting outside with him. And then y'all come to find out his license was bad. So I was finna be, that's another thing he said. He was like, oh, cause his license bad. I'm telling you, I was a little more detailed than what I just gave y'all. I just can't really remember. So anyways, his license was bad. So my ass was the one ending up driving most of the time. Anyway, he would come out there, but where I stayed at was like in an area that a lot of a drug dealing dude or a dude that ain't on the up and up is not going to want to come. So I was doing most of the ride and picking him up at the very least and bringing him back to my house and whatever. So that next day, and for a couple days, that's what we would do. We would chill in my car in front of the house. All night we'll be on the corner. That's what we was doing basically, because he'll be trying to make his money on the block. So I'll be sitting in the car with him. He'll be sitting in the car with me, or we'll be sitting in my car in the alley. Now, we had been talking now for a couple of weeks, maybe like 3. He was spending all of his time with me. If we would leave there, we'll go home. I wouldn't be sitting outside with him all day. Now I wasn't on that type of time, but you know, I'd be out there with him for about an hour. He'll be out there rubbing my feet and stuff. We was out there doing shit we shouldn't have been doing. So that man was spending all his time with me. I had on bed now to the sister house, seen the car there and stuff all the time. So I really had believed his little story. Even had went past the baby mama house, picked up the son or whatever. So she kind of knew about me. At least I thought, So this particular day, we chilling in the alley, y'all. My car is parked on the side of the house. My car is parked so far in the house so far up on the side of the house that another car can go past, right? So you can't really see my car from just driving by. And I'm saying that for a reason, y'all. So we sitting in the car and we low-key booed up in the car, y'all. So I'm in my car. I'm in the driver's seat. And I'm leaned over, and he got the door open, his legs out, and he is laying on me. And I'm like leaned over on him, so like we all staring at each other's eyes and shit, and we talking about the future and shit, and the white picket fence and 2.5 kids, cause he already had a kid, so that would have been half mine, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we planning the life that we about to live. So sweet, right? Oh, no. Y'all, when I tell y'all that car So I don't want to say what kind of car he had, god damn it. So that car pulls up in the alley, and I see it in the mirror, and I'm like, ain't that, in my mind I'm like, isn't that his car? But I didn't say nothing. A girl jump out. Didn't look like his sister. Just told y'all, I don't forget her face. So I was like, let me see what's about to happen here. But you know, that's, you know how fast thoughts go through your head. But when I tell y'all, I don't know what was going on. This girl knew something, women's intuition. This girl jumped out the car. And I told y'all, he had the door open, legs out. He laying on me. This girl comes to the side of my car, snatches this man up. She reached inside and snatches this man up. Hercules, right? Had me screaming like Hercules. Picked his ass up. He was like, oh, what the fuck? Oh yeah, this what you doing, Tony? Bah! Punched the shit out of his ass. He was like, bro, what the fuck? Bitch, so they arguing. So I'm like, do I stay? Do I leave? I chose to stay because I need to hear and understand what's going on. I need to understand the magnitude of what is going on here. So, they arguing back and forth. This was his baby's mom, and this was who name the car was in, and this was who came and took the motherfucking car from the house the night before. And I heard all of that. That's why I chose to stay and listen. So she was like, oh, this what you doing? And you better bring motherfucking ass home and blah, blah, blah. Y'all know he turned around to me and he was like, he looked down in that car and he was like, baby, I'll explain later. I'm so sorry. Before he could finish, hey, y'all, she did. She hit him with one of mine. She two-pieced his ass. And when I say she drug his ass to the car, now, had I would have knew then what I know now, I would have been like, I ain't fucking with that. That's some crazy toxic shit. And to let her drag him, like, I ain't saying he needed to beat her ass or nothing, but like, he ain't even try to fight back. Like, he knew he was wrong. I don't know. So y'all, at that point, I wouldn't really think about that. I was on some, no, this bitch didn't just come snatch my man about my car. So yeah, I got all these thoughts going through my mind. I just was like, this bitch, this bitch just left with her. I need some answers. I called Ryder, told her what just happened. Told her I was on my way to come get her. She ready. She like, oh, I'm putting the Timbs on now. So I'm telling y'all, that house that they be chilling outside of was not far from Ryder's house. So I was there in 2 minutes flat. We finna go put the smack down. So I'm not about to pull up on nobody's house by myself. I don't know who all they got up in there. I done did that before. So I pull up on Ryder. She outside. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, the name is fitting. Baby girl outside. Baby girl got on all black. I promise y'all, she had on all black and some Timbs. I can't do that but laugh at that. So get her, she get in the car. So now, you know, I had only told her a little bit what happened on the phone before she was like, oh, I'm ready, come get me. I'm giving her a play-by-play of what just happened. And I'm like, I don't want to fight the female. I don't even fuck her. I'm finna go over there and we finna jump on Tony ass, cause don't be putting me in the middle of no shit like that. And I was in school back then. I'm a mom. You know, I got stuff going on. You know, like don't play with me like that. Don't play with me like that. Cause then What if she would have pulled up and not only took that out on him and would have been out there trying to fight me? Now I gotta fight you, beat you up, leave you out here in this damn alley, and could possibly go to jail. And that's his baby mama. He probably gonna call police on me, and now he know where I stay. Like, I just be trying to avoid jail at all costs, right? Well, I guess not, because I went and pulled up on these people's house, right? So, pull up to their house. They sitting in a car still, I guess, having a conversation or what may have you. She in the driver's side and the passenger side. Remember, I told y'all she was the one who pulled up. So clearly, they have not moved since they pulled up here. And I'm telling y'all, it literally only took me 2 minutes to go and get Ryder. So probably was only like 3 minutes behind him. Like, I was not playing. So I jump out the car. So, I ain't mentioned that when I picked her up, I had her drive. I told her where to go. So when we get there, I jump out the car and I go to the passenger side. And I did the same thing old girl did. But the door was closed. So I had to snatch the door open. And when I snatched the door open, I reached in and snatched him out. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck you got going on. I said, but if you fucking this bitch, you should have told me and da-da-da. Because by that time, I had done gave him my goodies. All of them. If you laid up with somebody else and you laying up with me, that is unacceptable. Okay, so now I gotta explain. While I was in his face, Ryder she got out with me, y'all. Didn't know it at the time, but she had her hand on the door so that Tony baby mama couldn't get out. So this bitch jumped across the seat and she jumped out. And she jumped in front of me and Tony, and she was like, Tony, don't hit him. Tony had raised a hand to me. Tony hadn't said nothing. Tony did the same thing with me that he did with her. Like, he let me pull him out of the car. You know, he was very unconfrontational. I would give him that, because I ended up talking to this man for years, for like 2 years. And he didn't really want no smoke, you know. I seen him hit a female one time. Knock her out, but that's a whole nother story, y'all. But this is why he was and that's probably why he was unconfrontational with women, because he knew that, you know, can't no woman really beat no man. Like, I ain't gonna say it can't ever be done. Nah, ladies, don't come for me, because you know I know we strong or whatever, but usually physically men are stronger than us, and you can't really fight no man and think you gonna win. And so I will say, when I did see him hit the one lady, he was provoked. But I digress. This day, she jumped out the car and she jumped in front of him and she was like, oh, Tony, don't hit him. And I was like, bitch, you know, when I started saying some stuff to her, me and her had words, and he moved her out the way, and he was like, go in the house. Go in the house. He was like, let me handle this. Go in the house, go in the house, go in the house. But, you know, she would not go in the house. And I'm like, look, I ain't about to sit here and argue over no man. And she was like, well, he come home to me. And I was like, apparently not, because he kept telling her to go in the house. I know we had a few words. I cannot remember exactly verbatim the words that was exchanged. And I don't want to lie to y'all. So I'm not going to even sit here and try to make nothing up. But I do know he kept telling her to take her ass in the house. And at one point in time, she finally was headed towards the door. And he kind of put his arm around the small of my back to walk me towards my car. And old girl must have turned around and seen that. And she went ham. She came back out. She came running back out there and was like, Tony, you got me fucked up. You gonna disrespect me like that at my house. And And he was like, man, go in the house. I told you, let me handle this. She is not listening. So now he pick her up and he walk her to the front door. He opens the door. He put her inside the house. He closes the door. She try to open the door back. He pulls the door, and they having a little tug of war. And then he was like, bitch, go in the house. And I was like, ooh. But that ain't none of my business though, right? I was like, ooh. But then again, she was kind of, I at that point, I ain't like her. I don't really know her, but I ain't like her. So I don't really know their relationship, what they got going on, right? He ain't had called me that. So he come back over to my car, but me and Ryder, we getting calls like, bitch, pull up for this. And we pulled up. And he was standing there at the end of the street looking stupid. And he was blowing my phone up. And let me tell y'all, before I go ahead and end this, that y'all probably like, well, you say you was talking to him for 2 years. How you was talking to him for 2 years if he clearly was still talking to her? When I tell you, this man was an amazing storyteller. Like, he could probably write books. And I don't understand why sometimes y'all don't put y'all intelligence towards something like that could guarantee you some residual income for a lifetime, damn near. Y'all choose to put it into manipulating and getting over on women. After all was said and done, right? So to tell y'all how he got me. Y'all know I was stupid. Y'all gonna be like, you dumbass. Yeah. He say, okay, so he admitted that the car was in her name. And he say that every time he threatened to leave her, she'll threaten to take the son out. She will take the son away. That's why he lived with the sister, which we had on been there many times to the sister house. Remember I told y'all I thought that other house was his house. That was the cousin house. That first house we had stayed the night at. And he said that was his cousin plus his dog because they be chilling. That was his cousin's house by himself. And he'll either be there or he'll be at the sister house. We all went together to pick up his kid. So he was like, why would I bring you over there and let you know where she stay if I had something going on with her? I know you crazy, Trina. And I'll be like, damn, that's kind of true. That's kind of true. That's true. That's kind of true. So I'm like, well, that make a lot of sense. Like, why would he do that? Then he had told me that particular day, I'm telling y'all, we have been spending all our time together. And I guess the rules, the regulations, our terms and conditions of the car was that he always had to be there. She had other children besides their child. And I guess he had to always help her, do stuff because he had always been in those kids' lives because they had been together for a long time now. And I would never be nobody to come in and be like, oh, no, you can't do that no more. So I never used to trip on that. It was when the stuff started getting conflicted. And it would be times even after that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling y'all, like, I really don't know what was up with that still to this day. Cause it wasn't like on no side. Like, I don't know. At the end of the day, I gotta accept the fact that I was a little side piece. But I don't know, y'all. It was like a side piece going wrong or something. Cause like, I'm telling y'all, when I kept, like, I'm joking and shit, but when I kept saying, oh, so in love, like, that was not only on my end. This man used to smother me. This man used to stalk me. After that first night, when that had initially first went down, he called me off of everybody's phone that had a phone. Back then, we had pay phones. He would call me off a pay phone. He would call me off of his Facebook. He would call me off of her Facebook. I kid you not. That was how he got me. He texted me one day off her Facebook and I thought it was her being funny, right? Ignored it. He started blowing me up and I'm thinking like, what the fuck she want? And then I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe she finally ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, maybe she want to be on some woman-to-woman shit and have a conversation and know what he was doing or what he was telling me or, let me know what was going on and why she had to snatch his ass up out the car that day. So I finally answered and it was him. And I was like, confused. Don't be scared and confused. No, but for real, y'all, I was confused. I was like, what the hell and how the hell? What the hell? So that's when he was like, yeah, man, I'm sitting right next to her. He was like, how would you think she let me get her phone to call you? He was like, nah, man, I'm sitting right next to her. He was like, she let me use her phone so that I could call you, so I could make it right. Girl, I love you. He's like, you gonna be my wife, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I fell for that shit, and I was like, well, damn, I mean, like, I wouldn't let no nigga call no bitch off my Facebook. So, damn, I guess it is real. It's real. I knew it was real. Y'all, it was real. It had to be real. So, y'all had forgave him. I let that shit go, and that was a big fucking mistake. So, yeah, that's going to definitely lead into more story times when I'm telling y'all. Every story time, y'all probably gonna be in the comments like, why didn't you leave this fool? Because he was a fool, you know? But he was so fine. He was so fine, y'all. But I ain't gonna say it again. I ain't gonna say it no more. So yeah, y'all make sure if you haven't already done it, you need to like, comment, subscribe. And if you really haven't done it yet, I mean, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand, and I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit.
Got time on the niggas. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Stop. I don't like that shit. Sure, bro. I don't like that shit.
I don't understand, and I really ain't feeling it. You know, you need to get yourself together and reevaluate, you know, where you really going in life. Nah, I'm just playing. Yeah, so y'all make sure y'all tune in to my next story time and my couple of little vlogs that I got up. You know, I'm trying to dibble and dabble in a few little things. You know, a summer channel, some of this, some of that, something for everyone. Hey, that was almost a bar, y'all. Don't deny the talent. Everybody, y'all have a blessed week. Thank you for coming and kicking it with me. See you later, my precious peeps.